I get quite a few questions from people about me grooming my own poodles. Well, both of them, they look kind of rough today because they will get groomed this weekend. They're not bad, they just need to be combed out. But anyway, get questions about grooming at home. So I've had these dogs for 8 years. So over that 8 year period, you accumulate stuff. So when I go through the equipment I have, don't think that it was all purchased at once because it was not. There are some things that are kind of essential if you want to be successful at getting started so that you don't get frustrated. But I'm just going to run through the collection of everything that I have now, although that is not how I started. So I started out just like everybody else, looking for something to put them on when they were puppies, so I didn't have to bend over. I was putting them over on the top of the crate. I started out with some cheap clippers, stuff like this. This is the first pair. I still got them. I don't know why they're still here, but anyway. So I went through all that, which was great for puppy hair. But as poodles get older, their coat get a little coarser. So I'm just gonna run through the things that I have purchased over time in the order of importance I feel like it is as your poodle grows. So I got a grooming table. This grooming table folds up. It has a rubber top, which is important. Been had it the entire time. It was like 30 something bucks from Wayfair. A repurposed surgical stool from a yard sale that comes in handy when you're doing feet. So the table and the clippers were the first things that I got, which I think are the most important things when you start. Don't be afraid to cut your poodle's hair. It is hair. It will grow back. They will look silly for a while if you mess it up. We've all messed them up, and it is okay, because once you start grooming them yourself, you'll be at the point to where you're saying, I really wish that these hair would slow down because it keeps growing back as soon as I cut them. So here is the equipment that I have. So I happen to have two pair of Oster A5s, golden A5s, turbo A5s, and I prefer a two-speed. Two speeds just work better because you don't always need it to be so fast depending on what you're doing. Combs, poodles have a lot of hair. Whether you keep them short or not, you're always going to have a top knot. And short combs like this, they work fine when they're puppies, but they will not get to the bottom of your dog's coat. So I got these combs off of Amazon. I think they were called Greyhound combs for some reason. But I got them off of Amazon, and you can see with my thumb, just to give you a size reference, I have big hands, how long those teeth are. But very important. All clippers come with a small thing of oil, but just go on Amazon and buy clipper oil. You'll need that. You'll need Clipper Cool. You spray this on the blades because as you cut the poodle's hair, the blades get hot and hot and hot. I have two pair of clippers because I have two dogs. This allows me to alternate the clippers so that I can not use a hot pair of clippers on the dogs. When you do hot clippers on a dog, it make them not want to get groomed. And I will say, just to kind of show you, these clippers use detachable blades. So you push the button and they flip up, and that entire blade slides off like that. And then it just, if I can put it back on, it just slides back on and pops in place. So that is the clippers, and that is the combs. Also, when you're clipping your poodles, because you want to get them used to being groomed. So even when they're puppies, anything that you can play with them with that vibrates on their feet and on their face and on their ears, it helps them get more comfortable with that feeling as they get older and have to get it done more often. And when you do start clipping them with clippers, Because their face and their feet and their underside, belly, and their butts are so sensitive, do those pieces and parts first. Don't put hot clippers on those parts of their body. They will begin to resent getting groomed. So scissors. Scissors is a big topic, and I tried my best not to pay for scissors because I was looking at scissors going, how in the world can scissors cost so much? Well, there's a wide range. You can pay $5 for scissors all the way up to $600 for a pair of scissors. These are mid-range scissors ranging from $60 to $150. If you're doing body scissor work on a dog, a big poodle, this is going to take you a while. A pair of 8 or 10 inch shears. These are straights, but there's also a curved shear to help with top knots and some other things. And then this is probably the most used 8-inch shear that I do often. I like this one, and you can see who this one's made by. Kenchi Scorpion 9. Oh, it's a 9, not an 8. Anyway, different types of nail trimmers. I prefer this type of trimmer now because I am good at not nipping them. There's also a guillotine type, which I don't have. Then you have this type of clipper, and it actually has a little guard that slides behind it so you don't put the nail too far through, and you can go piece by piece by piece and not be afraid to hit the quick on the dog. And you need to have some quick styptic powder so that you can stop them from bleeding if you do nip them. Stay ahead of the nails and you don't have to worry about it. If you choose to grind, there's a lot of YouTube videos to show you how to grind. I don't grind my dog's nails. I've never found a need to do it. So do it if you like. A slicker brush. This slicker brush has really long teeth and very stiff teeth. I think this is important for a poodle because you have a lot of hair, a lot of thick hair. And this works a whole lot better at getting down into that coat than, say, this little brush. And I'll show you the difference. This is your standard Petco slicker versus this slicker, which I got off Amazon. And anybody that want the link, I can go to my cart and try to find the information. But you can see the difference. When you're using a slicker brush on dogs, just be careful when you're using it not to go to their skin because these things can cause road rash really bad. So just always be cognizant of how hard and how close to the skin you are. Ear powder, plucking ears is important. Shaving ears never does it. If you have a dog with ear infections, you need to keep their ears clean. Lots of videos on YouTube on how to pluck ears. Just biggest thing is don't try to pluck too much at one time because that is horrible for the dog. My dogs don't mind getting their ears plucked at all because we've been doing it since they were puppies and we only do a little bit at a time. Ear plucking is something I can do when they come up for attention while I'm sitting on the couch or anything. I just take a paper towel with me and we just do a little ear plucking. They don't mind. Ear cleaners. Most ear cleaners have something in them, whether it's salicylic acid or alcohol, because they have to have a drying portion in there. Do not pluck the dog's ear and then put alcohol or acid in it. You can't do that to them. It's not nice. So if you're going to do it, clean their ear in advance, give it a day or two to dry, pluck the ear, give it a few days to calm down and not be irritated, and then go back and clean it again. But don't pluck the ear and make the inside irritated and then add alcohol to it. I use some detangling spray for their ears and their tail and any long hair to just help comb it out for a more comfortable comb out for them and to kind of help detangle. There are detangling rakes and shedding combs. I don't use this. This is brand new and I never used it because I don't let my dogs get mad at. But if you do let your dogs get mad at, here you go. Don't let your dogs get mad at you. Shedding rates, you shouldn't have to ever use those. I used to have a lab, and that's why they're here. A host of shampoos, a host of other stuff, clipper blades. This is all the blades that I have purchased over an 8-year period. There's 2 blades on the clippers now, but the clipper blades are, the higher the number, the lower they are, or the closer they cut to the skin. I have 40 blades and 30 blades. I use those on the body and the face and the feet and any area that I want to clean up. If you've never groomed your dogs, do not use a 30 or a 40. Do not use these blades on your dog. They are sharp and they give road rash. Until you get used to using a blade on your dog, don't go to a 40. Graduate from using a 10 to a 30 to a 40. A 40 and a 50 is what they use in the show ring, but it will road rash and eat your dog up if you don't know what you're doing. On my dogs, I do a lot of body work with a 5 and a 7. And there are 2 types of blades. There are a skip tooth, which you can see here. And then there's a finish blade. The skip tooth blade can be used to move a lot of hair and remove a lot of hair. And this finish blade is used to do what it says. It's a finish blade to kind of clean them up a lot. But I have a 5 and a 7 in finish and skip tooth. These are some of my favorite for body work. A 10 blade is the most common. A lot of times when you get your dogs groomed at PetSmart or Petco, this is as low as they will do them. They won't do a 30 or a 40. You usually have to go to a professional groomer to get them to do a 30 or 40, but most don't. I always keep extra blades here at my house in case they get dull, because there's nothing worse than being in the middle of a cut and your blade quit working. Because if your blade quit working, it will not cut any hair. All it's gonna do is stop. So anyway, I keep extra blades. You can send blades in to be sharpened. I haven't found anybody to do my sharpening or for my blades or my scissors, so I just been buying more. One day I'll do the research, find somebody, and get that done. I have not yet. Clipper combs. I had this brilliant idea that I was going to do clipper combs to kind of help manage the hair on my dogs. I bought this set, and they're a fairly good type of clipper comb. They are metal, and they have, you know, how long the hair is. It'll leave. This is a 5/8, and they clip onto those clippers. I don't like them. So these are brand new, and I tried to use them once and was like, this sucks, and I prefer to do scissor work. So pretty much any work you see on my dogs is all done with scissors, because I don't like clipper combs. It's just my thing. So any work I do on my dogs, I have a host of scissors, 8 years worth of scissors that I use. So when your poodle is small, it's kind of cute because you can wash and dry them and it don't take much. But once they become behemoths with a lot of hair, you need to invest in a forced air dryer. You can get them for less than $200. That's 2 haircuts. This is a forced air dryer. It does not get them, it doesn't get hot. It just blows a tremendous amount of air. It forces, and basically like at the car wash or something, it blows the water out of the coat more so than dries it. So I have that and have had it for several years. Y'all just got a glimpse of my gardening shoes, sorry. So I happen to be lucky and have a extra bathroom in my basement that I converted into a washroom. And I bought this thing called a booster bath years ago. And it basically is raised to hip level, so I don't have to bend over. It has steps to get into it, and it has a shower one and all of this, and it drains out. In the summertime, I basically take this bath. It's very light, and I just take it outside and I wash the dogs out in the yard. It's kind of nice, and I can let them go run and shake some of the water off before I begin to dry them. But I was lucky enough in my house to have this kitchenette that I don't use in the basement, and I use it as my grooming salon. But just again, I did not get all this stuff at once. I accumulated it over an 8-year period, and it has all paid for itself 1,000 times over, because the only time I take them to the groomer is when I am being lazy or I'm busy and I don't have time to do it myself. So anyway, that is my grooming stuff. I hope this was helpful, and I'll be happy to answer any questions anybody might have about any of the equipment that I have. Have a good weekend.